Hey guys, back with some more Bazaar, and we are reviewing the latest hotfix. Came out on the 19th. Hey guys, just a reminder to like, subscribe, and drop a comment down below. It helps out the channel a lot. And yeah, on with the video. A couple of decent changes, I think. And the first one, general change, which I think is a positive one, is Mandala now spawning on day 6 plus. It used to be day 4 plus. What this means is that you can't get like a force field or you can't get a silver large item on someone like Stell, and you can't roll it into a gold large item super early. It just means that it's a lot trickier to do that sort of thing. So I think that's a good change. Now, character-specific ones, Butterfly Swords now probably has 2, 3, 4 multicast as intended. I guess there was some sort of issue with that. Incendiary rounds fix an issue where it was showing with the wrong merchants, maybe some kind of hidden tag issue. Rowboat had a tooltip issue with Deadly Rowboat. And Stealth Glider fix an issue where this would remove damage reduction, even if the source of the damage reduction was not Stealth Glider. Interesting. Okay, alright. Pretty straightforward so far. Let's go into Stell. There's going to be a lot of changes here, right? Because there's a lot of new items. Flare Gun fixed an issue where it was targeting already flying items. Yep, that's a good change. Pressure Heater fixed an issue where the Obsidian version would damage the wrong player. That's really funny. Okay. Alright. Balloon Engine. Cooldown to 4 seconds was 6. So this thing is going to make things fly more often. However, the burn got reduced. That seems good to me. It feels felt quite dominant in the early game. It was very easy to make a lot of items fly at once, and therefore stack a lot of burn, right? Birdcage fixed an issue with a trigger off both players' flying items, stopping flying. Interesting. Okay, so that item was a little bit broken as well. Grabinator, the tooltip updated to say it destroys items. Hang Glider cooldown to 4 seconds was 4-3. That's good. Reduces the scaling a little bit. And the damage to 100, 200 was 125, 250. Great changes. I think that's probably still a great item. But the damage reduction, I think, makes sense. It was quite good. Hanger. Adjusted the implementation of Shiny, which was bugged to give 3 seconds cooldown reduction to the following. This has plus 1 second cooldown increase and decrease. Adjusted implementation of Shiny, which is bugged to give 3 seconds cooldown reduction. Oh, okay. So it essentially it doesn't give the 3-second cooldown reduction with Shiny anymore. It essentially just gives plus 1 cooldown increase and decrease instead. Private Runabout starts at silver. The damage has been reduced as well. This is interesting. Massive damage reductions. This item is really good though. So like it starting at silver is a little bit interesting to me. Makes it a bit more accessible and easy to build around. I kind of like the direction they were heading in with making all large items gold. I thought that it was a pretty good thing for Stell. Lightning Butterfly, change to your flying weapons, gain 10, 15, 20 damage for the fight. Starts at silver now? Was 10, 20, 30. I thought it was already starting at silver. I guess not. But it says there's only 3 here. 10, 15, 20. 10, 15, 20 instead of 10, 20, 30. Yep, that makes sense. There was a lot of damage scaling. I think that's a great change. Observatory starts at silver when you use a flying item charges 1, 2, 3 seconds was 2, 3. Yep, sure. So it seems like they're making a couple of the large items just come down to silver, especially the ones that aren't as necessarily amazing when you get a high roll. Alright, parachute change to when your items start or stop flying. This gains 10, 15, 20 regen for the fight instead of 10, 20, 30, so they reduce the scaling as well. Wrecking Ball cooldown to 22 seconds, charges 4 was 5, damage to 20, 30 was 30, 40. Tooltip updated to say it destroys enemy items. Great changes. This thing could go off crazy fast if you had the right builds for it. And yeah, it destroying an enemy item and like dealing 20 to 30% of your opponent's HP is kind of crazy. I think it's still probably a great item in all honesty if you can make it work right. Nicola, charge amount change to 1, 2, 3 seconds was 2, 3, 4. That's a great change as well. 4 seconds is just way too much charge. Hammer no longer passes on its enchantments on sell. Yep, that's a great thing. You can't just enchant the hammer now and save it to put it on a good item. Starts at gold. Yep, that makes sense as well. Drafting table no longer passes on its enchants on sell. Yep, another great change. Sky Anchor starts at silver 50, 100, 200 damage was 100 slash 200. Good changes overall. I think, yeah, I don't really have a lot of experience in playing this item. It didn't seem that great. Don't know whether making a start at silver is going to improve it at all. Help people build it around 50. I don't know. We'll see. Pressure Heater starts at silver. Adjacent burn items gain plus 369 burn for the fight was 510. Yep, that makes sense as well. It's just too much burn scaling. And when we see some of Stell's burn items and the rate at which she can burn when she makes items starts flying, it does seem a little bit crazy. Weather Machine starts at silver. 2, 3, 4 items start flying was 2/4. Yep, good changes. Freeze an item on each player's board for 1, 2, 3 seconds was 1/2. Slow all items for 1, 2, 3 seconds was 1/2. So essentially, it's just brought everything down, and it's just kind of given us an intermediary at these points. And we've frozen, we've increased the freeze duration and the slow duration. The amount of items hasn't really changed. We've kind of gotten the 3 in between. I think this is a cool change. I haven't really been seeing it used much, so I like this. Wrench no longer passes on its enchantments on sell. Yep, amazing. Dooley, Brick Buddy. Scaling change to 10, 15, 20, 40. Even more shield. Chlorant, scaling change to 10, 15, 20, 40 was 5, 10, 20, 40. Yep, amazing. It's just, more shield in the early game, I guess. Although in the late game, doesn't really make a difference. All right, charging station starts at gold tier, charges at 1.2 from 1.5.2. I don't know. No longer reduces core cooldown. Oh, it reduced core's cooldown, huh? Interesting. I don't remember that from the previous patch notes. I would have liked to have tried that, but I've just been playing Stell. Cooling fans fix an issue with the burn removal wasn't working. Sure. Greenwash starts at silver. Cooldown to 7.65 was 7, 6.5, 6, 5.5. Yeah, I like that a bit more. These bugs aren't amazing at the moment, so it's good to see. Especially Green Wasp get a buff. Red Firefly sees its use a little bit more often, but Green Wasp doesn't. Launch Coil. Charge your other flying items 1 second from charge your flying items 1 second. So it doesn't charge itself anymore. That's probably a good thing. People are probably getting some ridiculous charge off of this thing. Monitor Lizard starts at silver. Poison Scaling 369 was 510. 5.4 3-second cooldown was 5.4. I don't know if I see the need for these changes. I mean, starting at silver is good. I don't really see the need for the poison scaling. I haven't really seen this running rampant. Pulse Rifle, damage to 10 was 20. Yep, makes sense. Remove tech tag. Interesting. I guess it had too much synergy with the other tech items. That makes sense, sure. I haven't really seen it used much, but I guess... Pyrocarbon enchantment rework, that's good to see. I'm assuming this is when you burn yourself do X now, instead of on use does this enchant. Red Firefly starts at silver, cooldown to 7.65 was 7.6.5, yada yada yada. So it's the same as the Green Wasp buff, that's good. Scrap Metal starts at gold. Cooldown reduction to 5-10% was 3.69. Yup. Makes sense as well. I think this is, the more cooldown is better, and I think it needs to be more exclusive as well. Yellow Mantis cooldown to 7.65. Yep, that makes sense as well. This thing gets underutilized, I think, so I like to see it get buffed a little bit. I think that makes sense. All right, Pygmalion. Booby Trap fixed an issue. Booby Trap. All right, fixed an issue with the tooltip not showing upgrades. Yeah. Cool. Didn't really see it, but sure. Close sign starts at diamond. That makes sense. This thing is kind of busted. I don't know. It hasn't been changed, so I guess they're happy with that. Crystal Bonsai fixed an issue with shielded Crystal Bonsai not functioning correctly. Sure. Didn't really encounter it. Ice Cream Truck added the property type. I guess it's like a moving property, right? It's cool to see that this has some property synergies now. Especially a property that gets charged, I guess. Cool to see. Globe, Turbo IC Heavy enchantment rework. I'm assuming this is just like the at start of fight haste, at start of fight slow, at start of fight freeze stuff change, which is good. People would literally stick it on the board just for this enchantment. Ledger fixed an issue with Shiny. Sure. Pawn Shop, Shiny no longer gives health from stash. That is ridiculous. That's so funny. Rice Baller enchants normalized based on its multicast potential. Yep, makes sense. Showcase corrected an issue where sometimes the item would not count as being used for triggers. Never encountered it, but sure. Alright, and finally we have Mac changes. Not too many. Apart from Vanessa, probably the least amount of changes. Blank Slate corrected an issue where sometimes this item would not count as being used for triggers. Seller, Enchanter no longer passes enchantments when upgrading a potion. Yep, that makes sense as well. I didn't really encounter any of these. I didn't really see Seller do that, and I didn't really see people with enchanted potions a lot. Fungal Spores enchantments reworked, sure. I don't know if that's on reroll or what it does, or if it scales its respective thing more or something like that. Invulnerability Potion starts at Silver tier, ammo 1, 2, 3 from 1, cooldown to 7 from 16, 14, 12, 10. You take no damage for 1 second, and they remove the first time you fall below half health each fight. Use this. This makes sense to me. I mean, I hadn't really seen it used much. I like the fact that it has more ammo. I like the fact that the cooldown is lower. Obviously, the cooldown has to get reduced in that case because, you know, 7 seconds for 2 seconds of invulnerability seems like a lot. And and in that case, I'm glad they removed this as well. Potion Distillery added the property type. Yeah, it makes sense. It is a property. Shrinking Potion cooldown to 6 seconds was 4. Yeah, I didn't really see people use it a lot. It makes sense. It is a lot of HP reduction for a 4-second item. Pendulum changed to charge 1 second was 2. Okay, so it's a diamond item. Diamond medium. But it charges for 1 second when you use an adjacent item into the other. I mean, I guess it makes sense, right? It's just sad to see it, like, get nerfed to a diamond-only item at 2 seconds charge, and then have its actual ability nerfed as well. I think it's a little bit sad to see. So it seems like just a lot of items that weren't working that got changed. They did get rid of, you know, a couple of items that seemed a little bit strong. I think there are maybe some things that got missed, but overall it feels like a pretty good hotfix. I like the direction that it's moving in again. I think these are good changes. Let me know if you think there's anything that they missed, anything that's super overpowered. And yeah, reminder to like, subscribe, drop a comment down below. It helps out the channel a lot. I appreciate the love. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.